A new sober living home in Johnstown is offering men overcoming addiction a roof over their heads and a community of accountability. But the surrounding community is less on board. Leaders and neighbors in Johnstown are pushing back against the home, which opened this weekend. Our Rob Harris sat down with two of the men at the house and asked how they plan to win over the community.
For Kyle Higgins, this house in a quiet northern Colorado neighborhood is a dream come true.
About 2 years ago, I met this girl named Angela. We started dating. We she's a nurse, and we kind of combined our thoughts and finances together in this house you're in right now.
In high school, Higgins was known in his friend group for saying no to drugs and alcohol, even when his teammates were saying yes.
I was kind of like the all-American kid in high school, you know? I didn't drink, I didn't smoke, I played sports.
But like many who find their way into addiction, it showed up in his life when he least expected it.
I actually ended up getting hurt riding a bull at a little jackpot rodeo. It was actually just right outside of Laramie. I went to the doctor and they referred me to a pain specialist. I guess you could say from there it kind of snowballed. They prescribed me 330 milligram Oxycontin and 210 milligram Valium a month. I took them as prescribed. I never blamed the doctor, but I did trust him, you know.
Prescribed pain pills became the on-ramp to heroin and cocaine and then meth. He hit his rock bottom on the streets in Denver.
Man, it got rough. It got really rough. I didn't think I'd make it. Nobody thought I'd make it.
That's one reason this house is his dream come true. He's gone from living on the streets to having a roof over his head. And there's a second reason.
And I'll never forget the day.
Higgins says he wouldn't be here if a recovery program in northern Colorado hadn't opened its doors to him.
I was looking at my phone and I got a phone call and I answered it, and it was this guy named Rob Wolf, and he's like, "Kyle, we have a bed for you." And I was just, man, I hit my knees and started crying because I knew I was gonna maybe live. I knew if I could get to a program, I could live.
Higgins swore he would pay it forward, and now he is, by opening his door to others. As of December 1st, this house is officially home to his most important mission. He calls it the Dirt Road to Recovery, a sober living home for men wanting to keep their addictions in the rearview mirror. He has room for up to 8.
Recovery is something you can't do by yourself.
And he's one of them.
I am an alcoholic. I am part of the program, but, it's steps. Recovery is very hard. You can't do it by yourself.
At the Dirt Road to Recovery, the community being built is key.
There are a lot of concerns, as I'm sure you have known and seen.
But with the community outside of these walls, this new sober living house has been much more controversial. At a Johnstown council meeting last week, both city leaders and residents spoke out against the sober living home being located where it is.
I strongly urge the committee to consider substantial statistical evidence that highlights the potential negative impact of such facility on property values, crime rates, community harmony, local resources, and safety and the well-being of our children.
Totally false.
The men at the Dirt Road to Recovery say they understand the reaction from parents. They both have kids themselves, but they ask for the chance to prove they'll be good neighbors. They've worked to become licensed with the state of Colorado, and every man accepted into the program will make a pledge of sobriety.
We're not here to hurt anybody. We're just here for family, for us all to get along and have a safe place for us.
For Denver 7,
and that's all we're asking.
I'm Rob Harris.